Good morning, friends, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 9. I think it's 9. It's the 9th. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 9. Wow. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 9. He wants my breakfast. So, as I think I explained in a previous vlog, I haven't had the chance yet to edit yesterday's vlog because I usually edit in the evenings. But, as you will have seen now, because it was yesterday's vlog and I'm filming this the next day, I was busy last night, so I'm gonna sit and edit now. I'm so excited. I feel like I'm enjoying editing more and more as Vlogmas goes on. It's so much fun. I have my breakfast here, my trusty omelette on toast. I have my coffee. Let's do it. Hey friends, so I am still editing. It is about an hour and a half later. It's 12:30 now. I'm gonna go downstairs for a change of scene and to make myself a chai. Let's do it. I love editing, it's so fun. So Cyrus has his advent calendar. This dog, oh, it's upside down. This dog advent calendar, and he's absolutely obsessed with it. You want this? So we're gonna give him today's. I think we're a bit backtracked on it actually. We've missed a couple of days. Wait, sit. Good boy. High five. Good boy. Well, number 7 isn't open and it's the 9th today, so should we have that one? Oh my god, he loves it. Sit. Good boy. Wait. Sit. Good boy. Wait. We've got a little Christmas tree. Out this way. This way. Sit. Good boy. Wait. Wait. Stop putting your... Sit. Good boy. Do you love that? Good boy. Oh, Christmas tree's not on. There you go. Hey friends, so it is now 2:50 and I am having my late lunch leftovers from the Indian last night. I am having egg fried rice and coconut and mango chicken, which is really, really good. But I'm still editing. I'm still going through Elvis footage. So I thought I'd update you because I'm not really sure how much else is going to be happening today. Because I also need to edit this vlog to go out tomorrow morning. So That's just how the cookie crumbles during Vlogmas. Sometimes, sometimes doing actual Vlogmas takes up quite a bit of my day, especially when I'm like catching up from 2 days ago.
2 hours later.
Hello friends, good evening. So it is currently 10 to 5. It's taken me literally all day to edit Vlogmas day 7 and 8. And so I basically haven't done anything else today. So I thought what would be a good idea is if I answer some get to know me questions. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing now. If you can hear my laptop whirring in the background, it makes a lot of noise while it's exporting a video because that process kicks off my laptop fan. So I'm just going to be answering a bunch of random questions so that you can get to know me a bit more, because I'm aware that I haven't actually said that much about myself. You're just seeing my everyday life at the moment. So let's get into it. I thought I'd sit on the floor because it feels a bit more like casual and we're just sitting having a chat and you're getting to know me a little bit. So the first question is, what are your hobbies? YouTube is a hobby for me. I also love reading, and I bet you any money I'll end up making booktube content at some point. I was actually thinking of doing the booktube newbie tag for one of my Vlogmas videos. We'll see if that happens or not, but I love reading. That's another hobby. The second question is, do you collect anything? I collect a couple of random things actually. I have a couple of different coins. I have a Mexican $5 coin, a Peruvian 1 sol coin, and I suppose that's kind of it apart from random euros, but I've just kept those from travels. I guess that's not really a collection and I'm not actively collecting, but I've kept them on purpose. I don't know, and sometimes I collect like quartz stones and different crystals and stuff from various places that I've been that I specifically remember where they're from because that place is significant to me. Yeah. Number 3, what are you passionate about? Oh my gosh, okay, so I'm passionate about queer folks and autistic and ADHD people feeling their worth and knowing their worth and feeling validated and having no doubt whatsoever about their awesomeness. And I'm passionate about sharing myself on the internet to kind of aid that. That's basically one of the biggest reasons why I make content. What else am I passionate about? I'm passionate about musical theatre. I love musical theatre so much. I'm also passionate about anything else creative. Like I love art. That's another thing that I could have answered in the hobbies question. I love art, witnessing it and making it myself. Anything to do with like creation. Like I love watching other people's YouTube videos. I love going to museums and looking at other people's art and going to the theatre and going to the cinema and all those types of different cultural things, creative things. Those are probably the 2 things that I would say. What is your most prized possession? Oh my gosh, my dog. Like that's the one and only thing. He's not a possession though, so that's not really fair. That's a really hard question actually. The other thing that comes into my head is my teddy, but that's probably because it's right in front of me right now. Let me show him to you. I sleep every night with this dude, and I went through a period of time where I didn't, and sleep just wasn't the same. There's just something about the sensation of his fluffiness and like the size of him and how he fits into like, because I sleep on my front, right? It's so funny that I'm demonstrating this for you right now. I sleep on my front and the way that my arm goes and the way that my shoulder needs a little bit of support so that it doesn't like come too forwards and I'm hunched over, he just fits like right in there, and it's so nice. I have a like Birmingham Football Blues polo neck that was my late granddad's, and that's a really prized possession for me. I also have one of his ties, and probably some of my stuff from Peru. Like, I did a trip to Peru a couple of years ago now, and it was one of the most transformative periods of time of my life. Maybe not necessarily transformative actually, but just that place really touched my heart, and the people. I lived there with a Peruvian family who are now like who I refer to as my Peruvian family. I'm still in touch with them often, and so Peru and that period of time has a really special place in my heart, and there's various things, bits and bobs that I purchased there that I really value. Yeah, but literally the first thing that came into my head was my dog. I'm gonna stay cuddling my teddy now for the rest of this thing because it's just so wonderful. The next question is, what is the greatest accomplishment of your life? And honestly, there's so many things that I could say in answer to this question that are things that like I'm proud of doing. I'm proud of achieving this, that and the other. But my honest answer to that question, what is the greatest accomplishment of your life? The greatest accomplishment of my life is who I am today. The greatest accomplishment of my life is the amount of effort that I've put in and the amount of energy that I've put in to learning this much about myself to the point where I can live in this way now. And what I mean by in this way is like with so much knowledge about who I am, what my needs are, how I need to function, how I need to live, what fuels me, what lights me up, how I see myself in relation to other people, in relation to society, in relation to culture, in relation to the rest of the world, and how I view life. And I'm really proud of that. I would say I've been through a lot in this lifetime up until this point as a 30-year-old person. Nearly 30. It's December now and I'll be 30 in February. So yeah, that's my greatest accomplishment, I would say. What is on your bucket list? Oh, I like this question. Oh, on my bucket list is writing a book, which will happen. I actually am joined a Write Your Book coaching program for next year, 2024, which I'm really excited about, so that might actually be happening sooner rather than later in the grand scheme of my life. What else is on my bucket list? Honestly, having a secure home at this point of my life is on my bucket list. Growing this YouTube channel, creating a community, helping other neurodivergent folks, meeting more neurodivergent folks. Travel type things that usually go on people's bucket lists aren't coming to mind because I've done a fair amount of travel already in my life, and I'm not in a stage in my life where I'm craving that. Being fluent in Spanish is actually on my bucket list. I speak a little bit of Spanish and I'm comfortable, relatively comfortable, as long as people don't speak to me too quickly. I'm relatively comfortable conversing in Spanish, but, well, certainly I was when I was living in Spanish speaking countries. I'd have to practice quite a bit now, I'd say, but I used to be fairly comfortable conversing in Spanish. But yeah, having conversational fluency in Spanish is definitely on my bucket list. Is there anywhere that I would want to go that's on my bucket list? I want to see the redwoods. That's on my bucket list. I want to go back to New York. That would be on my bucket list, but not for anything like work-wise or anything like that. Just to enjoy Broadway shows again. yeah, that's all that's coming to my mind right now. What is your favourite recent memory? Oh, I went on holiday to Portugal a few weeks ago to spend time with my bestie, and we went on a boat and I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. The waves though were really rocky. It was a small boat and we were just kind of close to the shore, close to the cliffs, doing like a little tour of all the little caves and grottos and stuff, but the waves were rocky. And the guy, the captain, he was really, really talented at it, and he really knew what he was doing. But some of the times when we would go like through the archways of the cliffs and stuff, it got like it was a bit hairy. Is hairy the right word? It was tight and the waves were big. But I was literally on cloud nine. Like my autistic joy was out so much. I was loving life. Poor bestie next to me was like squeezing onto my hand. Bless her. I know you're watching this, thank you for putting up with it, because I loved it so much. That's my favourite recent memory. What is your best childhood memory? I don't have the best memory. I don't have a very good memory at all, actually. And like there's random childhood memories that pop into my mind, but like best childhood memory. There are many of like holidays, and I am very privileged in that we went on quite a few holidays growing up. I would say it would probably have to be the general holidaying memories. There isn't one in particular that's sticking out in my mind. I'm just very grateful that we had the opportunity to go to different places and stuff as kids. And probably also memories of my great-grandparents, who were around until I was 11 and 16 or 17, which I'm also really lucky that I got to spend that much time with them. And I probably value those memories more because they're not here anymore. So yeah, probably memories of them pop into my mind as well. What is your favourite holiday? I think I've probably already touched on this, but I would say Peru, even though it wasn't a holiday, it was slow travel, would you call it? I was still doing work and stuff. Who knows you best? Bestie knows me best. Yeah, she does. She knows me best. She understands me as a human being, who I am at the core, how I operate. Yeah, she is like the person who just understands me the most. What skill would you most like to learn? Well, YouTube and editing and stuff like that, because that's like on the forefront of my mind right now. And that's why I wanted to do Vlogmas, because I felt like if I was practicing every single day, I would get better, and I am getting better at it. I'm certainly getting quicker at it. Even though it's taken me all day today, but that's for different reasons. But yeah, that's the skill that I'm currently wanting to learn. But there's so many things that I'm interested in that I want to learn about. I really want to up-level my art skills, and that's going to be coming in the near future. As I said earlier, I want to be fluent in conversational Spanish eventually. There's a good few things. I'm interested in so many different things that means there's a lot of things that I want to learn. Where is the coolest place you've travelled? Oof, this is a tough one. This is a tough one because sentimentality comes into it for me. The first place that comes into my head is Peru. Maybe Costa Rica, maybe Portugal. They're my three. What does your average weekend look like? Oh, that's a really interesting question actually, because right now, during autistic burnout, it looks like a lot of rest. It looks like a lot of doing things that mean rest for me. So because of the fact that there are 7 types of rest, and I know I've mentioned that in a previous Vlogmas episode, there are different activities and things that for me rest different parts of me. Like for example, there is physical rest, which is what we probably mostly think of when we think of the word rest. So like having a lie-in or whatever would be physical rest. But there's also mental rest, so taking a break from your mind working and working and working all the time. So for me that might involve making some art, because that really does switch off my overactive brain, or watching some comfort YouTube, or doing a puzzle while listening to an audiobook. But also a couple of those things are creative rest, which is another type of rest. Basically, my weekends look like lying in, at the moment, filming, and doing various creative things. Sometimes I might go into town and go to the library, because that is really enjoyable for me. I love going to the library. I'm surprised I haven't gone to the library in Vlogmas yet, but it will be happening because I need to take some books back. So yeah, they're my general weekend things. What is your earliest memory? I certainly remember snippets of around the time when my sister was going to be born, and I remember my parents sitting me down and telling me that I was going to have a sister, and I would have been 3 then. It might be that. What makes you unique? A lot of things. I think my gentleness makes me unique, because that's just a huge part of the way I operate and my soul and the person that I am in the world. I think my neurology makes me unique. Being an autistic ADHDer makes me see things in a very specific way and makes me operate in a very specific way, and I don't see that in a bad way. Like, I see that as a good thing, because it's so intrinsic to the person that I am in the world. I think my creativity makes me unique, because again, it's such a big part of who I am and the way that I operate. I like that question. It's nice to think about those things. Who is your hero? I don't think I have a hero. I am my own hero. What is one thing that instantly makes your day better? Conversations with Bestie, or a voice note from Bestie. And the other thing that I would say is making myself something nice, like a really nice meal or a really nice hot drink, because we all know how much I'm obsessed with my coffee and mocha and all that stuff. Instantly uplifts me. When did you first feel like an adult? Oh God, well, I'm in my Saturn return right now, so right now. I'm kidding, but honestly, I don't know. What is the most important decision you have ever made so far? I think my true, honest answer to this would be accepting that I was in autistic burnout and actually letting myself stop forcing myself to keep trying to push myself so far over my limits, because that has given me the space to heal, and I really, really, really needed that. And I did put it off. I put it off for months, I would say, at least, and kind of resisted accepting how much things affected me as an autistic person. and that just pushed me over the edge and made me unwell. And so yeah, I think the most important decision that I've made was to actually stop and make the time to create space to heal. Aside from necessities, what one thing could you not go a day without? Ooh, I like that question. Ted. And my dog. What do you enjoy spending money on? Books. I enjoy spending money on books. I enjoy spending money on books more than I end up reading books, which is not very good, but it's a special interest for me, so it helps me. That's my excuse. What are you most thankful for? I feel like my answer to this would be the same as my answer to the biggest accomplishment question. I'm most thankful for myself and my commitment to myself and my commitment to my health, neurologically and physically, and my commitment to the belief that life can be happy and easeful and work for me. And yeah, I'm more thankful for that than anything else on the planet. Oh, this is such a good question. What do you wish more people understood about you? Ooh, so many things. It's funny actually, because I've had conversations about this kind of topic recently, about how so many neurodivergent people have this trauma response of needing people to understand them because they've spent so much of their lives being misunderstood. And so this question is funny because there's genuinely so many things that I wish people would understand more about me. I feel like I wish everyone could see me and understand that whatever it appears outwardly, or whatever assumption has been made, or whatever judgment has been made, my intentions are always good. Always. I generally don't, unless someone has done something unjust. I don't have a bad word to say about anyone, and I don't wish anything bad on anyone, and that's just my nature. I just wish people understood that about me in general. One more, just for fun. If your pet could talk, what do you think they might say about you? I think Cyrus Bean would say, they give good scratches and cuddles, but I wish they would feed me more of their breakfast. Genuinely. Thank you so much for joining me for this little fun get to know me session. Please subscribe if you're enjoying the vlogs and you want to keep up with them, and give this video a like if you enjoyed it, because it really helps me, and I'll see you tomorrow.